Hola, ¿qué pasa, mis amigas? Yo soy Happy No, il mucho grande Guild Wars 2 PvP youtuberio. Che cosa? Yeah. Buongiorno a tutti and bonjour à tous. This is Happy No, your Guild Wars 2 main Scourge player. Just kidding, guys. Today I'll be showing you the Scourge, and the first thing that you might have noticed here, it's a ranked arena game, and I'm keeping the distance, not just going far, but just that's a tactic of me trying to troll the enemy players. If they would have chased me, I would have just ran back towards my spawn. You can see it here, Scourge. Your main goal should be to keep the distance, which I'm doing here, and try to get a good target. And for some reason my allies target me this guy, but they forget that they have a double holosmith setup and just could be getting hardcore CC'd. And now I just try my best here, but I'm just getting caught here pretty badly, and I have to go back again here. And as you can see here, the Scourges are already really low, and I was not able to get here some more damage output, and the double holo were able to get the revive here. And now one of them stealthed up, and I just retreat because I'm in a dangerous position, and from here on it gets really interesting. I transfer with my Mark IV the conditions from me to the elementalist back, which he first had a blind on me and then applied additional conditions, which you can see there. Weakness, no, this is auto triggering from me. I just transferred blindness, sorry for that. And from here on I just pop up my elite skill because it's like the strongest thing that you can do against the Weaver. And you can see just here, every time he applies a boon onto him, he will get it transferred into a condition, and that's just what killed him. With a nice little slow corrupt boon, I was able to remove the last two boons and apply even more conditions onto him, and so we got a nice kill here. And the enemy holosmiths were also dead, so this was an easy game, but it is just for showcase reasons, so I'm just showing you some Scourge gameplay here and what you can do as a Scourge. And here I engage immediately because I see that he has nothing left. I try to get some more damage output, but I just fail my fear here. Normally I would have feared him from here on. He would have not been able to get his healing skill up, but I just failed, of course. And as you can see here, I try to corrupt. I used my corrupt boons after he dodged, but of course he already died there. And here on I just corrupt the Weaver, auto attack a little bit, trying to get some chills onto him, apply my F1 shade, apply heavy damage with all of my conditions basically, because we will have enough condition damage output. He was on his obsidian flesh form, so I don't had to waste my staff attacks, because I see a lot of Scourges just wasting their staff attacks, and that should not be like it. And more advanced Scourge players just know when to activate their marks. And look at this now, it is really interesting because most of the enemies were on spawn. I apply Mark II, which is like the one with the shortest cooldown, and of course you can't see the difference between the marks, and applying this mark forces the enemy players, or better said, force not, but most of them will just dodge into it, which means they will have only one dodge left, and I can freely CC them afterwards. And then the third one, Mark III, applies the chill a little bit down there. If they don't double dodge, they will get chilled from there on, and you can see they're already triggering it, and I can just stay here. And here what's happening, just to have to turn back a little bit, the holosmith comes in, I keep the distance, go with a fear immediately, and what happens, he triggers Elixir U, activating his stability. I go with the corrupt boon after his attack, boom, and what happens, the stability gets corrupted into a fear, allowing me to freely apply my conditions now onto him, which is pretty strong. As you can see here, he already also triggers Elixir S, and now he dodges, and now after his second dodge, I know that I can freely CC him and go with the CC, apply my conditions from behind because he has the shield up, apply again corrupt boon, and just, yeah, I would have been able to kill this guy even on my own here because he had nothing left there. No elixir to hide, no stability to apply from the distance, and that was just an easy one. And from here on, it's just, yeah, me applying some conditions, corrupting the boons from those people. Yeah, there's not much to say. I trigger here my elite skill because I know the game was already over, and I mean, you just had a little bit inside of this what the Scourge can do. And I have here also to mention that a Scourge can be also really useful to your allies, because with the shields, better said shields, sand shields, on your F3 and F5 and your healing skill, you also apply the sand shields to your allies, and you should keep that in mind, especially if they need your help. And what happens here is the enemies just, in my opinion, did still a good job here regrouping and going all together, but that they all try to go far was really bad. And here you can see just the strength of the Scourge, just applying conditions with your auto attacks, with your F1 Sandshade, Manifest Sunshade, and yeah, be really deadly. So this game was also pretty interesting in my opinion, because you can see it here. I keep the distance because yeah, he can't really CC my ally, but not me, and I have all my stun breaks up still. I go for some damage here, he CCs me, I use my secondary stability stun break, so I can pour back there if they engage onto me. And what happens here? Can you notice it? Yes, I keep the distance. Why that? Because my Tempest is there applying some damage, and I just can freely apply my conditions. I go in now because I have my stability, apply my elite skill, and you can see again the strength of the elite skill. He stayed a little bit too long and he just dead now. Both of them, better said. Yeah. And another thing that I have to mention is within the build, after you use a punishment skill, which is your healing skill, and your second skill, the stability, if you apply your Manifest Sunshade, which is F1, you will apply additional burning stacks, and you should keep that in mind, which means after using healing skill, go with the F1, after using your stability, go with the F1 Sand Manifest Shade, and apply additional burning and therefore additional condition damage. Here I show you quickly a little bit the build. Sigil of Agility, you gain for 5 seconds swiftness and 2 seconds of quickness. Especially strong because with your auto attacks you have condition chains and deal therefore nice damage and additional conditions, additional poison and stuff. And Sigil of Energy on both sets for more survivability, because yeah, you lack a little bit on that. Sigil of Doom on the staff because you have unblockable marks, you can lay down them and apply not just your conditions but also additional poison, pretty strong. Deathshot Amulet is the thing to go because you have a little higher crit chance, nice vitality, as you can see here, 30k HP. No, it's a little bit less because we have the buffs on this scene here. Condition damage and expertise, which means longer condition duration, and the condition damage is still more than decent enough. Then Rune of the Traveler is the rune that I used here because of the movement speed and again additional condition duration. As we see here, 49% longer condition duration. And here on again, I just corrupt here from the distance, apply my damage, wait for stability, corrupting, and just yeah, go on with more damage. That's just the thing how you should go here. Activating my stability, my healing skill near my allies, and you can see it here on the little bar on this Tempest. He has a sand shield, which means he will block even more incoming damage. And what else? Just yeah, go with your auto attacks, lay down some marks, better set some marks, the mark 2, 3 and 5. The fourth one is for your survivability, to transfer your conditions back to the enemy players. And that was just basically it, some gameplay. This season was really bad for me, I know. I had one game deceit, better said the game just crashed. I restarted the game. I was back into the game within 10 seconds because I have a 970 Samsung SSD, which is one of the fastest. Yeah, I got within 10 seconds. I was not able to join the game and just got a loss due to that. Yeah, really nice. Then I had 6 games wins on this current PvP season, which is by far the worst that I had on my placements. But yeah, not that I had really bad teams, but the enemies were also bad, but my team was just a little bit worse than them. So the build is Soul Reaping, quickly showing you because I'm not a Scourge or Necro main, but that's like the meta build, Curses and Scourge. Yeah, I had top set defense, which was really interesting, but never mind. I wanted to see this. 33% of team fighting on cap or something like that. No near capture point, something like that, is it? So the first one, Soul Marks. When marks become unblockable and generate life force when triggered. This is just what I mean with your staff. The marks that you lay down them are all unblockable, so you can apply them freely. If an enemy is blocking, like a shield block or revenant with staff 3, you can still fear, and you gain life force for each time they get activated. Fear of death. Every 5 seconds your fear has increased duration and gives you 15% life force, which means you have 1 fear with your Sandshade 4, F4 ability and staff 5, and when you corrupt enemy players when they have stability, because stability gets converted into fear, and this means every 5 seconds if you do that you will have 15% life force back. Doomfire, the main skill here, Shroud skill 1, inflicts burning on your target, which is every time you use Sand Manifest Shade F1. Plague Sending, your first attack after entering Shroud transfers conditions. This is something that I don't really understand, but maybe you can tell me, guys, if you know a little bit better. Path of Corruption, Shroud skill 2 now additionally converts boons into conditions. This is the F2 ability. It removes 1 conditions from you and also converts 1 condition from one boon from enemy players into conditions, which is also pretty strong, especially if they have only 1 boon like stability or something. You can hardcore CC enemy players with that. Then Weakening Shroud, as you saw against the enemy Weaver, every 10 seconds if we crit, we cast this Lesser and Fable. Critical hits inflict weakness and they apply some damage plus 2 stacks of bleeding, and that's just really strong because the bleeding and weakness making enemy players pretty weak, and as you can see it here, boons converted to conditions 1, which means additional boon corruption here with this straight line. Pretty strong every 10 seconds when you crit. Then we have Nourishing Ashes, gain life force when you inflict burning or remove corrupted boon, which means the F1 ability, and when we corrupt every 10 seconds or with our corruption skills. 5% life force, and this just means we can use our sand shields more often and have higher survivability due to that. Sadistic Searing, punishment skills gain reduced recharge and cause your next manifest Sandshade to inflict burning on foes near it, which means again the healing skill and your stability skill and of course your elite skill, if I am correct. Yes, with those 3 your F1 ability will deal additional burning with it. Keep that in mind, and of course the recharge is reduced, which is pretty strong. Then to the last thing, I just keep it here really long on this one because it's an after commentary. Then Demonic Lore, torment you inflict deals increased damage and cause your foes to burn, and we apply a lot of torment with the 3rd ability on is it now the scepter that I'm using? Yes, on the scepter, the 3rd ability and the 2nd, and on auto attacks also as well. No, on auto attacks not, but only on those 3. And of course when we corrupt boons we apply this, and the elite skill also applies torment, so each time we apply torment we apply additional burning stacks. Keep that in mind. Pretty strong. From here on, that was just basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in game or under this video, and as always guys, you will see now 3 of my other videos, and of course you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you like this Scourge video. It's a little showcase, and of course I'm not the best, but I try to always get better and better, and yeah, I hope you just enjoyed it. And from now on I just see you on my next videos, guys. That was Happy No, the Scourge Master. And vaya con Dios to all of you. Bye bye all.